Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
Global economy.
November 3rd, 11:13 America, New York. Executives are only now waking up to their collective blind spots. We learned from the financial crisis that when networks lack diversity, they are vulnerable to a single shock.
New York Times Business.
November 3rd, 10:32 America, New York. White House deletes tweet crediting Biden with Social Security increase. The automatic cost of living increase that Social Security beneficiaries are receiving is a result of soaring inflation, not a policy achievement enacted by President Biden. The White House press secretary suggested that a Twitter post attributing increased Social Security payments to President Biden's leadership had lacked sufficient context.
Daily FX Market News.
November 3rd, 10:31 America, New York. British pound breaks down on Bow's 0.75% hike. GBP, USD, GBP, JPY. It was a sobering outlook from the Bank of England, warning of a very challenging environment ahead for a UK economy that is already in recession.
Daily FX Market News.
November 3rd, 10:30 America, New York. ISM Services PMI misses expectations. Markets focus shifts to NFP data for Fed clues. October U.S. services sector PMI clocks in at 54.4 versus 55.5 expected, a big step down from the previous month reading of 56.7, a sign that economic activity continues to decelerate.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
November 3rd, 9:58 America, New York. Fed's hardline on interest rates fuels bond rout. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell warned Wednesday that it is too soon to think about a pause in its inflation fight. Global economy.
November 3rd, 9:24 America, New York. Lagarde signals mild recession would not stop ECB from raising rates. Remarks hopes world's major central banks will pivot towards less aggressive monetary stance. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
November 3rd, 9:07 America, New York. Europe's car makers lean on U.S., China as they brace for recession. In a closely watched survey published by Germany's IFO Institute, the country's automakers and suppliers said they were losing confidence in the European economy.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
November 3rd, 9:05 America, New York. Jobless claims remain low. Initial jobless claims decreased slightly to a seasonally adjusted 217,000 last week, up from earlier this year but near their pre-pandemic 2019 average.
BBC News Business.
November 3rd, 8:42 America, New York. Glencore ordered to pay millions over Africa oil bribes. A court heard a subsidiary of mining firm Glencore bribed officials with cash flown in on private jets.
New York Times Business.
November 3rd, 8:29 America, New York. BlackRock expands client voting in shareholder elections. The money manager said it will let more clients vote individually in companies' elections, as it faces criticism of its own shareholder power. More say for all.
Daily FX Market News.
November 3rd, 8:28 America, New York. GBP breaking news. Pound steady as Bow hike rates by 75 BP. Bow delivers largest rate hike in 33 years. Sterling relatively unchanged as Bow says UK is already in a recession since Q3.
BBC News Business.
November 3rd, 8:15 America, New York. Bank of England expects UK to fall into longest ever recession. The Bank of England warns UK faces a challenging two-year slump, the longest since records began.
BBC News Business.
November 3rd, 8:15 America, New York. Twitter to lose magic with blue tick fee, former exec says. Twitter's former global communications head tells BBC News he is worried about Elon Musk's plans.
Global economy.
November 3rd, 8:06 America, New York. Bank of England raises interest rates by 0.75 percentage points. Largest increase in 30 years, but central bank says rates may not have to rise much further.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
November 3rd, 8 o'clock America, New York. Lower-income Americans are taxed much less heavily than lower-income Europeans. The top 10% of households in the United States earn about 33.5% of all income, but they pay 45.1% of income-related taxes, including Social Security and Medicare taxes.
Finance and Economics. November 3rd, 7:31 America, New York. the growing popularity of a strange form of debt diplomacy. Why Saudi Arabia and the IMF may end up in a standoff over Egypt. Finance and economics.
November 3, 7:29 America, New York. Financiers' pronouncements on China do not match their actions. The bulls are less bullish than they appear.
Finance and economics.
November 3, 7:02 America, New York. Even recession may not bring down Europe's inflation. Will the ECB take lessons from another central bank in Frankfurt?
Digital finance.
November 3, 5:25 America, New York, announcing the winners of our Innovation Awards 2022. 20 startups, incumbents and vendors bagged a Dig Finny. Here's who. With photos. The post announcing the winners of our Innovation Awards 2022 appeared first on Digital Finance.
New York Times Business.
November 3, 5 o'clock America, New York. Mortgage rates too high? Blame the Fed, Wall Street and your neighbor. Lenders use several bits of data to set mortgage rates, including trading moves by investors. Without market volatility, the rate could be under 7%. Newly built homes in California in July.